crafty friends, it's Tracie.hinds, aka Nanner BaNanner, and it's the best day of the week, Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day. So grab a snack, grab a drink, because this one's going to be a long one. I went to garage sales and estate sale over the weekend, and then I went thrifting at my favorite thrift store here in town. They had half price day, and they had a lot of vintage items, so we're going to check it all out. This will probably be a long one. So the first one I'm going to show you, as you all know, I'm wanting to do a series of railroad journals and Western journals. Some of them will be more steampunk leaning, and others will be vintage Victorian ladies during that time period. So I found this book that had, that was a train book. Let me see when it was published. Right, and keep in mind, like, the stuff that I got today, I did not even really take a whole lot of look at it. It was such good prices. If I even thought I'd want it, I'd just grab it. So I'll be getting to see it for the first time, just like you guys. So this was published in 1989. And these will definitely be good images and signature pages for the train journals. More so probably than the Western journals, but very neat. I won't take my time and flip through every page since I have so much stuff to go through. I'll just kind of do quick flip throughs. But this is a really neat book. Alright. Lots of really neat images. So my plan tomorrow is to do a 3-part series on the Sunbonnet Sue series, just to like give you guys what's happening next on the channel. And so if you are able to tune in, or if not, watch it when you are able to. I appreciate that. I'm really enjoying the Sunbonnet Sue series. Okay, so there's one of the railroad books. And these are the ones I had mentioned in another video that I was so excited about. They're leather bound. I think they're going to make some really neat Western journals. These are a little bit bigger than what I would normally make a journal, but I'm definitely going to do a curved spine and use the covers and make journals out of these. But there's 3 that I thought would make really nice Western journals, and then this one will be the cover for a train journal. Isn't that neat? And there's a lot of really neat pages in these as well. They're a Time Life book, and let's see when this one was published. 1973. Oh yeah, there's lots of really neat, I mean, obviously all these pages will not get used in the book, but there's lots of neat things I'll be able to cut and save for journals in the future. That's really pretty. All right, so this is Time Life, just in case you guys want to search these on Amazon or another book site. The Old West Railroaders, and it's a Time Life book by Keith Willer. And then we have this one that will be a Western journal. image. Look at that. Those are neat. Let's see what this one's called. The Soldiers, the Old West Soldier. And this one's by David Nevin, but it's still a Time Life book. The Townsman. This one's by Keith Wheeler again. Can you imagine living back during Western times? What a different world it was. I think I've mentioned before how much I like history and stuff like that. I can't even imagine. Oh, look at all these pretty ladies. That's neat. Okay. And then here's another cowboy type journal. And it's called Cowboys, and it's by William H. Forbes. I may have to read through these before I start turning them into journals. There's a lot of really neat info in them. Let's see what page I want to go back and see if I can find it. Some recipes from the autocrat of the kitchen. Cowboy beans, sourdough biscuits, red bean pie, vinegar cobbler, sourdough starter, and son of a beep stew. Okay, that doesn't sound good at all. It's got brains in it. Forget that. What's this vinegar cobbler? So it's kind of like a sugar cream pie without milk or cream, is what it puts me in the mind of. Oh, I wonder what that tastes like. Oh, look at this sourdough starter. 2 cups of lukewarm potato water, 2 cups of flour, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's neat. And then the red bean pie. So this is a dessert. It's got sugar in it, eggs, milk, vanilla, nutmeg, and then 1 cup cooked mashed pinto beans. That's interesting. Okay, well, that'll be a neat page to include. Okay, let's keep going. I also found these books, and I thought they'd be good for the Cowboy and Railroad series. They're American Heritage, New Illustrated History of the United States, and I thought I'd also be able to use these for next year, 4th of July. I think these will make really neat 4th of July journals, but there's also images that I can use in the cowboy journals for sure. Oh, I wanted to see when these were copyrighted. Sorry guys, I've got so much stuff, I just am not taking my time going through everything, because I know if I do, we might be here for 2 hours. So this was copyrighted 1971. There were so many of these. I just got the ones that I thought I would like. But won't these make neat 4th of July journals with a round spine? I mean, look at that. That's so neat. And this is American Heritage, The Gilded Age. And look at these pictures. They're just so cool. That's a really neat one. Young America. There's something about the railroad. And the Frontier. American Heritage, the Colonial America. Again, won't that make a really neat 4th of July book? And I love these in pieces here. They're so beautiful. I almost jumped on and did a haul over the weekend with these. And then this is the Revolutionary War. That couldn't get any more perfect for the 4th of July. Let me get these out of the way. Oh, no, just where someone had been reading and put a little bookmark spot in there. All right, so that's those books to do with like the railroad and the Western books. Plus I've also got more railroad stuff that I've had for a while. Okay, so here's a few more things I got. This is all from San Souci. So I need to make a wedding journal for a bride gift. And I found these for 75 cents and thought those would be good for the wedding journal to use in that. And let's see, I found a Richard Scarry Little Golden Book. And it was published in 1993, so it's not that old, but I still went ahead and picked it up because I really don't find a whole lot of Richard Scarry books, period. Like that's one of the books that I don't find a whole lot of. This was also something I found. I wanted to look at this again. I just picked it up and have not looked at these. I thought this might be some good ephemera for the wedding journal. I was going to, probably not this weekend, but next weekend when Piper's here, do a live where we're making the journal together. So basically, it's sort of like a newlywed show, but for bridal shower type stuff. Would she rather? And then there's wedding film arrangements. And then never has she ever. So these will be kind of cool to put in a journal, just as little ephemera. And this is answers to anagrams and true or false stories about the bride. So I think those will make some neat ephemera for the journal. When I'm out thrifting and I've got a few journals in mind that I'm wanting to make coming up, that's usually what I look for. There's more than that I could pick up, but I try to stick with what I know is coming down the road because I don't want to buy things and store them for too long. Okay, and then I found this vintage game. I can't wait to open it up to see if there's anything in it. And the games are only 75 cents, and I can't wait to open that up and see if there's anything in it that is usable. That's, again, I just picked it up because it's all sealed, but whenever I see an older vintage game, I go and pick it up because, you know, this could always be used as a cover, that sort of thing. Right, I'm just putting the books back in a bag I have over here. That way things don't get too crazy. All right, let's open this up. I found a lot of games, vintage games today, and so they're normally 75 cents, and at half off that'd be 35 cents for a vintage game. You cannot beat that. All right, that is so neat. I love the cover. I love the cover of this. I'd like to try and make a journal out of it somehow. All right. So there's money. I definitely can use that in journals. And then there's lists. Those can get used in journals. And let's see. Okay. Definitely can cut those apart and use those. What is this here? Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. I'll definitely be taking that apart and using that. Wouldn't that be neat for backgrounds on tags and or just like on journaling cards? That'll be neat. So this was definitely a good purchase. I'm glad I picked it up. Alright, is there anything under there? Nope, that's it. Has anyone ever played this game? I've never seen this game before. I'm trying to see if anywhere, if it says what year. Let's see if these books have a year on them. I don't know on games. Oh, 1963. I just found it on the front of the box. 1963. Alright. Yeah, that was good. I can't wait to do something with that. Alright, so then this is all stuff I picked up today for half price. Again, this would have been 35 cents. I wish they didn't have to tape everything. But at least this time I remembered my scissors, guys. Usually I come over here and do this and don't have scissors, so. Alright, let's see what we got. So the main reason I got this, obviously, was for the tile pieces. I can drill holes in those and use those for dangles and that sort of thing. I won't be keeping the board. I might keep this and cut this up for some tags, and I won't be keeping the wooden pieces, but definitely will be keeping the tiles. Let's see, this is a 1976 game. That's really neat. Alright, let's see what else. I've got another game in here. Let's open this. Alright, so I have never heard of this game, Racco. But again, I might make some tags out of this inside cover. This is 1961. Anything under here? It's not. And then we've got the vintage cards that I can put into journals. And so that's pretty neat. All right. me see how you play this. I may have to read the instructions. That might be fun to learn how to play too. All right. Here is another game I found. I thought these would be nice to use in little golden books. And then the cards would be cute in little golden books as well. And there's 2 decks of those. Alright, and then I've been wanting to find a little pretty bowl I can put on my desk to put like little buttons and beads on. I've got them stored in my craft room, but this way I can have some on my desk. I thought this kind of fit that. And then with everything being half off today, I went ahead and got some of the jewelry they had. So let's see here. Keep in mind, I've been going here a few times a week for a while now, and this jewelry's been there for a while because most people don't want it, and I didn't want to pay full price for the beads, but I'll deconstruct this and use the beads for charms and tassels, that sort of thing. And then these are wooden beads I'll use. Really like those. And these are paper beads, which I thought were kind of cool. Definitely use those. And I will deconstruct this and make little bulb pin charms for journals. I'll just take it off up at the top and put those on there. And same with these earrings. I'll just make that a little bulb pin charm. And then this is a vintage beaded necklace I thought I would be able to use, and same with this pink one. I'd be able to make charms and things like that with it. Okay, put that over here. Now then, let me see what else I've got in here. So I found these. I thought I would use these as ephemera in the Sunbonnet Sue journals. I thought they would be a nice thing to add. But they're little note cards, and let's see what the envelopes look like. The envelopes are cute too. It says, "One good friend makes all the difference." Those all say the same thing, and they've got some stacked little teacups. And then the note cards themselves are, "One good friend makes all the difference. Friends like you last forever. And my heart is full of joy because of all your wonderful help." These are really cute, I thought, and I think the color scheme will go with the journals and look nice. "Among my favorite memories are times we spend together. I'm thankful for every remembrance of you." And oh my gosh, look at the little puppy. "One good friend makes all the difference." I think that one we saw at the beginning there. Yep. So I thought those will be neat. Happy to find those. And I'm debating on what to look at next. Right, so I thought these would be nice in the Sunbonnet Sue journals and other journals I make. The Stonehenge ones is not what I went for, but obviously they had these paired together And again, everything was half price, so. But, oh, those are just, oh, okay, here's the pictures. I was going to be like, those don't look very interesting. So I don't know if anyone needs some Stonehenge cards, let me know. I could send out some envelopes of them, and because I won't be using these. I don't see myself making anything like this. These might be good like in a druid journal, something like that. I could see maybe that working for that, or if you, I'm not sure where Stonehenge is located at, but if you're doing a journal or if you've traveled there, these might be something you want. So you can email me and let me know if this is something you would like. Otherwise, I doubt if I keep those. All right. These, though, I thought looked kind of cool, and I could use, there would be lots of application for these in different types of journals. It's just a lady, but something different. And then on the back side, just normal cards. But I like these, so I'm going to keep those. And then I found this book. It says, I Want to Be a Zookeeper. And let's see when it's copyrighted. $1957. I think I'm going to make a journal out of this because I like the images and I think it could be cute. Like for someone who's done a zoo trip and wants to do memory keeping, I think that could be a really neat journal. And I really like the images in it as well. They're really neat. So that will be turned into a journal in the future. This isn't anything too exciting. It's just a hymnal, but I do use music paper quite a bit in my journals and in my embellishments. So I always, if I see music, I pick it up. All right, I am excited about this one. Cover doesn't look overly impressive. I didn't get it for the book cover, that's for sure. Let's see. This is made in, what year is the copyright? I looked when I was there real quick. I think it was 60 something. Let me take a look here. Maybe it was in the back that I saw the copyright date. Yeah, that's what it was. So this is 1972. But again, with the little golden book, I thought these would be cute to put one in them like as a signature page just because of the pretty colors. Like that would just be perfect, I feel like, in a little Sunbonnet Sue journals. Did I say little golden book? I meant Sunbonnet Sue. Same way, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? But I thought these would make really nice signature pages. That's how I plan on using them. Because the pages are just really pretty, I felt like. So that's how I plan on using those for signature pages. And found this. I just thought these would be really neat in when I do different, like I've got 1940s books and stuff like that. I thought these might look nice as signature pages as well. They're a little shiny. They're not flat, so I don't know. But I went ahead, since they were since all the books and everything in the store was half price. I went ahead and picked it up, and we'll see if I use them or not, and if not, I'll hang on to it for a little bit and then maybe not use it and share it with somebody else. And this was published in 1985. Nothing else, this would make a nice maybe Christmas journal cover. And do a journal topper on it. And then I thought these were pretty pages for signatures as well. With all the pretty edging on it, I think these will be nice for signature pages, just to add some interest. Whether it's a cookbook journal or not, I think it would be okay to throw one of these into a signature depending on the theme. I just think the pages are really pretty. So that's what I got that for. I will say I went on my lunch hour today and the store was fairly picked over, so there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. I feel lucky that I found what I found. Alright, let me put a few things back in this bag so I don't have everything out and taking up space. Alright, now then, let's see. Let me go through this book. Now these are items I picked up at a garage sale over the weekend, and as you guys know, I plan on doing some Barbie journals, and that's what I thought this stuff would be good for. It's also where I found, let's see, I found some beads that I may or may not use, but I went ahead and picked them up. It's where I had found this border that I'm using in the Sunbonnet Sue journals at one of the, this was actually at an estate sale, same way with this, but you guys have seen these from when I showed what I was using in the Sunbonnet Sue journals. So I think I got this for the heart more than anything, and the cross. And then these were all just in the same bag. So these can be strung, but these red ones are useless actually because these cannot be strung. I might as well go ahead and throw those away. That's what I'd like to use this for though, like go ahead and cut that off, stick it in there. Same with that, like my bigger items that I can use, which I've also got a container I put all my charms and stuff like that in. Okay, so I thought this would make some good ephemera for Barbie journals. And then this is an American Girl, but does that not scream Barbie? And I think I paid 25 cents or maybe 10 cents for this stuff. Like, I did not give anything for it. Hardly at all. And you can see there's all kinds of things I think I'll be able to use in journals. So, thought that would be good. And I found a Barbie coloring book. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to make signature pages out of. And I thought this paper would be good in a Barbie journal. And same way with this. And I found a Sesame Street paperback that I'll use images out of for when I do my Sesame Street journals. And let me open this up. I've not even looked at this. I don't even know what's in here. But again, it was super cheap. It was either 25 cents or something like that. So it looks like there's some paper and it's double-sided. So we'll probably get to use some of that. And are these envelopes? Those are envelopes. Alright, let's see here. And then some images. Okay, it looks like you can draw out dolls in their clothes. This is probably a poster. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's what it is. So I don't know how much of that I'll use, but it was not very much, and we'll see what I end up doing with it, if anything, on that. But the other stuff I think I will use for sure. All right. Okay, I have some more jewelry, and I have a pen here that I can use on a journal or a tassel. I did not give $1.50 for these. I think I gave 10 cents for these. But yeah, these will definitely be able to be strung. Plus, isn't it fun looking at old costume jewelry? I swear sometimes the older costume jewelry is made better than some of the jewelry we get now. Look at that. Little clip-on earrings. But those are pretty beads. I like those. I have to get those cut apart, put in my bead containers. All right, let's see here. Got a bag and a box still to go through. I found some more tickets. And then I found this at a church fundraiser for the Boy Scouts. This was published in 1951, and it's Better Homes and Gardens Handyman book. If nothing else, I figure I will use this for something else, not necessarily the theme of the handyman, but if I decided to, it'd make a nice masculine journal. Whew, these things are, this one feels a little dirty. Must have been out in the garage. I can't handle the way that feels on my hands, so keep that handy. But yeah, I'll definitely make something out of this. Don't know what yet. I'll have to see if there's any journals that other people have used this Better Homes and Garden journal, I mean not journal, book for, and see what they did with theirs. But hopefully it comes, it's pretty dusty, but I think it'll come clean. Look at that. Ugh, yuck. Yeah. Just cleaning this will make it look a lot nicer than what it does now, that's for sure. All right, I won't put you through me cleaning it. Here's that. All right. So this is really sad because we all know what these things cost at Goodwill, but it was $3.99. I bought this whole bag for one little scrap piece of material, which is really sad. But I just love the material. Again, I won't keep a lot of this. A lot of this will get redonated. All right. Not. Definitely don't need that. Okay, so I'll probably use this in something. I'll hang on to that. I don't necessarily care for that, although it might work for some Christmas journals. I better hang on to that. Same way with that, I could maybe use that on something. I like that fabric. And these two I will not use. But this is the whole reason I bought that bag. Right here. This is the reason. And you can see it is a scrappy piece. But does anyone else do that? Just because it's such a cool piece of fabric. So there's little, let's see if I can get it turned the right way. There's little girls talking and visiting. And I am going to make some fabric journal cards or pockets with this material. I'm going to wash it, iron it, and I'll use this in the Sunbonnet Sue journal or my Coquette journals. It might look a little bit better for the Coquette journals. I just loved the print because I don't think any part of this is big enough to use to make a journal. At least not the sizes I usually make. So, but, yep. That was my probably most expensive thing I bought, was this piece of material right here. And then I found this book and I want to make a journal out of it. It's 101 cross stitch patterns for every season, but I think it could make a really cool glue book or junk journal, and it would have like all the 4 seasons, so it would be neat to use for the whole year. And I know I will use these cross stitch pages in other journals for sure. But they're really pretty colored cross stitch pages. So my plan for this is that it'll be a journal. And I've got a ton of botanical floral books, and I thought in the future I would do a journal series, and this material would allow me to make some kits. And it's so pretty. I love it. It's got butterflies and flowers. It's a tablecloth is what it is, but won't this make a beautiful journal cover? And then like have a botanical theme, floral theme, gardening theme. I think it's going to be really pretty. So maybe in the spring you'll see this in some journal kits and on a series on my channel. I just couldn't pass it up. It's in such excellent shape and so pretty. But that's going to get used for some floral journals is the plan. I think that's it. That's all I bought from Goodwill. And like I said, that's the most expensive thing I have in today's haul, is that tablecloth and that little piece of material I bought basically for $3.99. Let me get my last box, guys, and we will be done. All right, so again, this is from going garage selling over the weekend. I found some Sesame Street book, a Mickey Mouse book, a little golden book. Usually if I see these and they're not in horrible shape, I pick them up. Let's see if we can see what year this one's from. 1956. Does have quite a bit of scribbling in it, but I'll use the images out of this more than likely, or use the pages in other journals because there is a lot of writing on it. But the books I usually at garage sales will not give over 25 cents for them unless they're really vintage or something. And I found this cookbook. This was at an estate sale. I don't know. I'm going to take this off because I will turn this into a journal. Hopefully that'll come off. I'll turn this into a journal and it'll have a round spine. But isn't that a pretty cover? Hopefully that glue from the tape will come off. I think it will with a little bit of effort. We'll see. Hopefully it does. I think it will. Maybe get some Goo Gone, see if that works. Either way, if I have to bring the material over, I will. But this is such a pretty, pretty cover. I'm going to go ahead and take that off because I don't necessarily like that. And then I can, like I said, try to get that glue off, and this will be a journal. I don't know that it'll be a cookbook journal, but this is the pages in the cookbook journal. We'll see. I could see it maybe being like the 1950s theme, retro. It's not from the 1970s though. But I just feel like that looks so 1950s. Gosh, I wish I could get that off. Hopefully I can. We'll see. I don't want to damage the book cover. But I might try to use a magic eraser very gently, but you have to be really careful when you use a magic eraser on books that you don't take off any of the actual color and stuff like that. And I think Goo Gone might help too. We'll see. All right, so there's that. And what is this? I must have got it for what's inside because the outside's nothing too impressive. Okay, so this is yet again more Western pages that I can use in the Western journals. This house I went to, it was a history teacher, and he had lots and lots of history books and stuff like that. It was really neat. He was actually my homeroom teacher when I was in high school for 4 years. So he was a very nice man. Alright, and I found this book, Come Follow Me, A Secret World of Elves, Fairies, and Gnomes and Trolls. Put this out of the way. Again, this book, if I do anything with it, it's probably, I don't know, it would make a beautiful glue book, but it is too big. I don't see myself making a glue book out of it. The images is what drew me to it. I thought they were really pretty. But if one of my fellow junk journalers that do glue books had an interest in this, I would be happy to mail it to you for Happy Mail, because it is a neat book. It's just, like I said, for the price of 25 cents, I couldn't pass it up. But I won't make a journal. It's just too big for me. And there's nothing wrong with big journals, but I don't think I could source enough pages to fit in it and that sort of thing. But look at the beautiful images. They're gorgeous. But I know a lot of you ladies that do the glue books, they are bigger and you do such an amazing job. So let me know. If not, it'll get cut up for the images that are inside. But it's in pretty decent shape to make a journal. So if somebody, oh look, it's got, oh my gosh. Carla, if you are watching this, email me. This is yours. If you are watching this, email me. I just noticed that. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see that till just now, because I know you love her images and books. How stinking cute. But yeah, if you want this to make a journal out of, I will send it to you, because I won't make a journal out of it, and it is such a lovely book. I think it could make a really cool journal. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, so all that I have left is a lot of sheet music from the same estate sale, and I bought all of this for 10 cents, so I just grabbed it all. I didn't go through and see what I wanted, what I didn't want. When they said I could have the whole pile for 10 cents, it's like, okay, deal. It cracks me up at these estate sales, which, keep in mind, this is my second one I've ever been to, how they don't put any value on paper products whatsoever. But, yeah. This would be something I would not necessarily pick up, but for the whole pile for 10 cents, I just said, sure, let's do it. Oh yeah, that's cute, but it's brittle. I can tell that's going to be brittle. But that would be cute to maybe make journal cards or tags with. As long as you glued it down, it'd probably be okay. Some of the imagery on these is I'll use, and look, won't that look neat in one of the Western journals, the Oklahoma? Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, it's a Carolina moon. That's pretty. Oh, it's a white Christmas. That'll be cute in a Christmas journal. Blue Danube. That's a cool image. That's being put on there. I wonder why. I don't know. Ugh, look at all that old tape. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. What year is this? I might be able to scan it. What year is it? Let's see. Oh, that is old, old, old. Hopefully there's a copyright date someplace. 1894. So I could totally scan that image and put it up on Ko-Fi for you guys. Let me put that off to the side. I think I will do that. And let's see, this one looks old too. This will be cool in those Americana journals I'm wanting to make. What year is this? 1924. Guess what? I can scan it. It's antique. How exciting is that? Another one I can scan. That's a pretty image. Let's see if I can scan this one. Oh, I can't read those Roman numerals. I'll have to check that out. I'm not sure what year that is. If anyone sees the Roman numerals and knows what year that is, will you guys leave me a comment? Otherwise, I'll have to Google it. I have a feeling that one can be scanned too, though. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Please be old enough to be scanned. Nope, it's not. It's in the 1940s. I should have known. Those ladies looked too modern for that. It's 1954. Is this Nat King Cole? Yep, it sure is. My mom loved him. That was her favorite singer. Alright, I bet this is an old one too. Let's take a look. Oh, it's Roman numerals again, so I don't know what year that is. I'll have to find out. Okay. Well, guys, that's all I have for my haul. I'm going to set these off to the side because I think I'll probably be able to... I know 2 of them for sure I can scan, and I've got to find out what Roman numeral, what year those are. All right. So thanks for hanging out. Keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye.